Chetty Bobby. Welcome to Wrestling with Big E and the POT. Podcast tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it like just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash straight to the face. I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like the dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling's where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling's where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. See ya!
Hey, welcome to Wrestling with them Wrestling Boys. I'm the POT alongside my tag team partner Big E, and we're here to bring you another episode of premium wrestling content. What's going on, bro?
Been a fun-filled last 2 days with these what do you call them? Technical difficulties. Right, but we here, dog. Yeah, episode 53. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. This is Christmas week.
David Marsh. David Marsh episode.
And that Camaro. I'm glad you thought of one because I couldn't come up with anything else. And then you came out there with a humdinger.
Hey, that's about the only one I can come up with right there, bro.
Oh man. Yeah, man. It's Welcome to Wrestling, man. Welcome to Wrestling, excuse me, episode 53. David Marsh. That's a good one right there. Hey, bro.
Yes, sir.
Let's get into it, man. We're gonna talk a little football first. And then we'll get into some wrestling real quick. It's just another one of those shoot the shit episodes. It's Christmas week. Right. Everybody got a family in town. I know you got your son over there, man. And I know you happy he home from school for a minute. So, yeah. Let's talk Saturday, Friday, and Saturday, bro.
Yes, sir.
College football playoffs. So, I think it's safe to say you can cut all the bull crap about Miami making it and Bama making it and, piss off about that. Miami did something that no other team can do all year long and beat Texas A&M at home.
Right.
A defensive game, 10-3, I believe was the final score, correct?
Yes, and it was very windy out there, man. Like, it was weird. Yeah. Like, and I know the way the stadium is made kind of has something to do with it, but it was weird, man. Like it was high winds. I don't know. It was just like you said, a defensive game. I mean, if you like offense, that wasn't a game for you to watch. But if you like just close games, defensive games,
hard-nosed football,
hard-nosed football, and you know that one or two plays will determine the outcome of the game, and that was the game for you.
Absolutely.
It wasn't pretty though, far as the offensive side.
Definitely wasn't pretty, but it was one of those keep you on the edge of your seat pretty much the whole game, waiting for something explosive to happen. A lot of defensive plays, a lot of stops, a lot of, just it was crazy. So you got Miami, they jump up, and they'll be taking on who?
Ohio State.
The Ohio State is what they call them.
Right.
So, yeah, then Ole Miss knocks off Tulane. That wasn't even a game. You had a team that was, I don't give a damn what you say. You lost your head coach. He was the initial play caller. I know they had Charlie Weiss Jr. there or whatever, but Lane Kiffin runs that offense. So for them to come out there and put out a performance, kudos to them. But Tulane wasn't going to put up a fight. I don't care what anybody says. The Green Wave, they made it to the playoffs, but, something's got to stop. They're not going to be able to, even with a team that is and we don't know for sure, but to me, if your head coach is gone, you got a new head coach. Half of those guys are trying to see if they're going to leave, if they're going to stay. You know, if some guys going to go with Kiffin to LSU. So I don't know what kind of discipline or identity they have right now, but as far as playing Tulane, they look great.
You mentioned, coach. We both know that Kiffin is the play caller, but if my memory correct, like if I remember this correctly, didn't Charlie Weiss Jr. leave as well?
Yeah, he gave him. I think. Yeah, he did. They let him come. They let him come back. They wouldn't let Kiffin come back, of course, but
they let
Charlie Weiss come back and call the game.
Okay.
Call the offense, which I mean, kudos to them, because I don't care what you say. You're not going to be able to give him 100%.
Yeah, because he's gonna have 1 foot in, 1 foot out, trying to.
So you got to understand that. Yeah. And everybody thinks they can do it.
Right.
They could be the difference. I can do it. I know everybody else couldn't, but I can. Head coach is different ball game. You know what I mean? So, and you're gonna have a lot of those kids got a bad taste in their mouth.
I mean, I don't blame them.
Right, of course. And coaches leave. That's why I got no problem with the portal, because of these coaches can leave whenever they want. Right. I don't agree with a kid going to 4 or 5 different schools. I think that's a little out of hand.
They going to like 3 different schools in their college career. I'm like, damn, but to your point though, hey, like I said, the coaches can leave, even though a lot of the time the coaches get fired.
Right.
But in this case, there's quite a few, especially with the group of 5 schools. Of course, Ole Miss, Kiffin left, but Tulane and James Madison, both their coaches, which they did get to coach their teams. Mm-hmm. One was going to UCLA, the other going to Florida.
Right.
Both of them teams in the playoffs, which they got mollywopped, both of them, which we're going to touch on that in a second.
Yeah.
My take on the group of 5 schools.
And just real quick to touch on the portal, you take somebody like Jalen Hurts, who lost 2 games, I believe, as a starter, 1 game as a starter. One of them was a national championship, and he got benched in the national championship the very next year, and stayed. Really, really, really improved himself as a pocket passer. He still had his legs, but so much improvement. Got his get back in the SEC championship against Georgia, and then transferred to Oklahoma. That's how the portal should work out for somebody, And you got to understand, kids that go to school, like if their coaches get fired, it might be that's the coach that recruited them,
right?
And even as a 18, 19-year-old kid, it's a possibility they go to the wrong school, made a mistake in picking the schools. They don't fit in there,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So I believe in the portal. I believe in the portal. I just, like I say, I don't believe in the 4 and 5 schools. They need to put a limit on it. Maybe 2's the limit. You can transfer twice and that's it. You know what I mean? And if they transfer a 3rd time, you need to be able to sit a year out or something like that.
Right.
But I agree. These guys already, even if you do send a year out, they 24, 25 years old. Grown ass man out there playing. So, everything's got its ups and downs. And anyway, and just like this playoff bracket that you're always going to have a group that's pissed off. So you want to fix it, but can it be fixed? You're not going to be able to fix it enough to where everybody's on board, because it just don't work like that. You can't satisfy everybody. So we'll go to Oregon and James Madison. Let's talk about that. Go ahead, man. Spill the beans.
Don't get me wrong. I'm all for the group of 5 schools getting an opportunity. However, I think the system was designed for maybe one of those schools to get in,
Mhm.
right? Because what they
Right.
say, the top 5 ranked conference champions get in. So that kind of leaves the door open for, because there's 4 Power 5 conferences. Well, they're
Mhm.
Power 4 conferences now. So it's designed for one group of 5 conference champion to get in. But the way ACC was down, yes, Miami got in, but Miami was an at-large bid.
Right.
So the ACC conference champions was ranked lower than 2 of the group of 5. I mean, group of 5 conference champions. That's why Tulane, James Madison got in. That's not going to
Right.
happen every season.
No, no.
However, the way it did happen, and both of those teams got mollywopped. So it really
Right.
made
Bad.
the
Bad.
process look bad. It made it look bad. I mean,
Yeah.
Notre Dame is pissed off, Vanderbilt's pissed off, Texas pissed off, because they all said, well, we could do better than that, which
Yeah.
I'm sure you agree with that. I agree. However, that's the way the cookie crumbled, man. It's
Right.
they
And
probably gonna try to tweak it again.
they're gonna have to, but you got these guys that are pissed off. They also, and I'm not talking about Texas, even though Texas didn't, their strength of schedule was there, but it wasn't, big time. And Notre Dame, they're not even in the conference. They don't play anybody. You're going to have to bite the bullet and join a conference and just get over it. Because I don't think it's cool that you got 4 and 5 other teams sitting there beating each other to death on an extra game for a championship, and you're just sitting there waiting because you want to be independent and don't want to be in a conference.
Right.
So you're sitting there waiting to see how the cookie crumbles, and then you get mad because you're not in it, and now you don't want to play your bowl game. And then you opt out of the bowl game. And think about this. That sounds like a coach's decision and not a team decision because it happened too fast. You think about all those seniors that are never going to play football again.
Now, you may be on to something. Now, I like their coach. I like Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
However, it could be the AD, because the AD was the one that was doing all the talking, and he was mad at ACC, and he was like, well, it felt like they betrayed us. Well, I mean, you're not a part of that conference, though. Matter of fact, they threw you a bone the year of COVID because you had to be in the conference that year, and you
Right.
have some affiliation with the ACC, and you on your contract, I think they play like 4 or 5 ACC teams on their schedule, which doesn't really help Notre Dame because that's the weakest conference currently of the group of 4 schools.
Right.
So it's not like in the teams you played in the ACC, and then you lost to Miami.
Right.
I
And
mean,
and they make it in, and they get a win, and so they're in. So it excuse me. You really don't have an argument now. You got to get in the conference. You're not going to join the SEC. Go join the Big 10, Big 12, run through them, get in the playoffs, get blasted, and then we'll just talk about something else. Notre Dame did make it last year, not Georgia out first round.
Yeah, well, I mean, they made the championship, so
they
earned that right?
Right. But it just didn't work out your way. It don't work out everybody's way.
Right.
Unless you're part of an elite stature. So let's talk about Bama, Oklahoma for a second.
Okay.
So the whole time Bama doesn't deserve to be in there. We don't deserve it. We had the 6th hardest schedule in the whole nation. Did something that nobody's ever done before during the season. Had a Heisman hopeful at one point. Was not a bad season. And we were 10-2 in the SEC with DeBoer's second year. The second year, Saban went undefeated, got beaten in the SEC championship, then lost in the Sugar Bowl. Not the Sugar Bowl, but lost to Utah in the bowl game. Excuse me, I don't remember if it was Sugar Bowl or not. So he was 12 and I guess 12 and 2. 12 and 2. So we get there, Oklahoma, Alabama, Oklahoma jumped 17-0 real fast. I like to stay off social media during the games because with Alabama fans, these entitled fans that I don't know where they come from, but 5 minutes into the game, they're ready to bench the quarterback and fire the coach.
Right.
I mean, serious business.
I know.
What are we doing? We need to fire the coach. We just need to start over.
Talk to him, Preach, brother.
Come on, man. It's sad, bro. It's disgusting is what it is. You ain't entitled to shit. As far as football goes, bro, it's a lot of luck involved.
Yeah.
The planets got to be aligned. It's hard work getting to where you need to be to make these playoffs every year, especially if you're in the SEC, and especially if you got these dumbass, retarded-ass fans that'll turn on you before the damn halftime. You got half of these fans, and then they got the nerve and the balls to get back online and said, well, what's going on? I turned the game off, 3 minutes into the first half, and now we're tied up. Roll Tide.
Right. They didn't even see.
Right. They didn't have a clue what happened.
Pick six to tie the game or anything. Yeah.
Xavier Brown, dog. The pick six at Tennessee and the pick six Friday night. One more defensive score and he'll break Minka Fitzpatrick's record. So shout out to Xavier Brown, man. Been really playing out there. So
listen. Go ahead, finish your thoughts.
Go ahead. I got plenty. Go ahead.
I definitely wasn't on that tip saying that they didn't deserve to be in because they made it to the SEC championship game. So I don't care what anybody say. And to your point earlier, you talk about how Notre Dame sit and wait because they don't have to play in that conference championship game because they're not a part of a conference. If you made the SEC championship game, I don't care that loss. If they lose, that loss gave them a third loss. It's not a third loss. It's not a third regular season.
It's an extra game. Yeah,
it's an extra game. So I don't think they should be penalized for losing the third game when the third L was the conference championship game. I just don't believe that. Now,
yeah, we laid an egg in that game. Well, we really didn't. You want to be real about it? We really didn't. We fucked around and made some mistakes. And everything went Georgia's way. And I'm not talking about referee. Don't get crazy. We're not talking about calls. I'm talking about the block punt, man. Special teams.
Yeah,
it makes a huge impact on the game.
Yes, it does.
Huge impact on the game. If you don't think that, go ask the special teams coordinator for the Rams who just got fired yesterday. If you don't think special teams is huge in football, because it is.
The Falcons was fired theirs a long time ago.
Right.
That's another story.
Anyway, and but yeah, man, Alabama fought back, played great. Second half, tied it up, came in, defense held Oklahoma to one score in the second half. The kicker blew it 2 times, but hey, we still beat them by more than 6. So I don't want to hear that kicker crap. Boomer sooner my ass. But you Alabama fans, man, you guys got to get it together. You either on or you off.
Talk to me.
You either on or off. You either with us or you not. Go cheer for fucking Georgia, South Carolina, some bullshit ass Auburn. Go down there. We don't need it. We got more fans than we can handle. All you fans just showed up out of nowhere. Where'd you come from? And how does it make you so entitled? All you dumbass fans at the SEC championship game leaving, upset, fire the coach. Man, fire your ass as a fan. Hey, man, you better be glad you can't sub, man, but I'll be subbing everybody there. It's ridiculous. I sit there. I tell you, I went to the SEC championship. I stayed till the clock hit 0. I walked out of there with my head down and get to my damn car. Because I'm with my guys to the end. But all this fire the coach, you can't even get a coach 2 years. And we in the playoffs. And we moving up. And we got Indiana next. You know, so.
Oh, Pasadena, Rose Bowl.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about that, man. Roll Tide, man. Bama, we back. We got a little momentum going. And hopefully. But let's talk it. Let's talk about it. You can talk about Indiana all you want. The one thing about Indiana, they don't make many mistakes. And that's the problem. That's the problem that you have to worry about. The adjusting and not making any mistakes. When you play a damn near flawless football game, hard to beat a team like that.
It came from that Nick Saban coaching tree, buddy.
Hey, yeah, we got them all over the damn place. They all over the place. And that's what I was trying to tell you Georgia fans. You see, y'all haven't experienced that yet. You haven't experienced everybody coming taking everybody from you, and you damn near starting over with a coaching staff every year.
Right.
Every year. You know how many DCs we had after Kirby left?
Yeah. Or think about how many OCs, you know, just with you had Kiffin, you had
Starks.
What's up, boy, Bill O'Brien.
Yeah.
You know, now Georgia did have the dude that's at Baltimore right now, Todd Monken.
Yeah.
But that's one. And then Bobo came back, who they had before.
And I hope, God bless Bobo.
But you're right.
In Georgia, the same way, they hate him unless they win. Any mistake they made, they can't believe Bobo was even. Yeah.
Yeah. You're right though. These fans are ridiculous. And I know we talking about college football, but I'm gonna have to say something real quick. My uncle. This is one of my mom's brothers. My uncle Eric came in town, and he was here for 2 weeks. And he said something to me. And he's not really a sports guy. He just kind of leisurely watch it. And he told me and my other uncle, my Uncle Mike, my Aunt Carol's husband, Uncle Mike. Uncle Eric told
the Hawks #1 fan.
yeah, right. Right. Every game, damn it. Uncle Eric told us that he was like, who's your team? Because he's from Ohio. He lived down here for a while. We moved back to Toledo, Ohio, where we're originally from. This man said he's a Kansas City Chiefs fan, right? Until this year. So I'm like, I knew where he was going. I'm like, okay, why you don't fuck with him this year? He's like, because they're not winning. They made it to 3 straight Super Bowls, and then the 1 year that they having a bad season. Now you're not a fan,
right?
So you're not a fan. You're not a real fan,
dude. It's like that.
Yeah.
We're Falcons fans, so we're glutton for punishment anyway.
Yeah.
But we can sit there and get mad and we got to get rid of this person, get rid of that person. This is who we need to draft. But who are you going to be cheering for the next year? It's the Falcons.
Yeah, I mean, I'm A down, A town, hey, peace up, A town. I'm the A all the way, bro.
Everybody's got real sports fans. They'll find different athletes that they like and go for on different teams. But as far as your team goes, dude, your team shouldn't change like that. Your team, you shouldn't be switching it up. That's not. You just want to be a winner. You know what I'm saying? What about the glory when the Falcons finally do it? Everybody gonna come back. We've been Falcon fan. Israel Cook, the biggest Patriots fan till Brady left.
Right.
He gonna be a Falcons fan. we'll win the Super Bowl. Everybody gonna come back.
And why he was a Patriots fan with Brady, because
they was winning.
Yeah. Which I mean, I get, but them type of people will probably roll tiders. Again, not nothing again. Now I know you're a roll tider.
Yeah.
And I get Daniel being credit too, because he became an Alabama fan when he went
to
to Shelby State.
That. Yeah, he came at an off time.
Facts. but a lot of people, like you said, like you mentioned, and I got much love for Israel Cook, but I'm just saying, you mentioned him being a Patriots fan because they was winning, and now there's no Brady. I wonder how you feel about the Patriots now. Now since they started back winning this season.
Right.
You know, but then again, it's just like you said, like a lot of people might be LeBron James fans, you know, where they everywhere he go, they was with Cleveland, they with Miami, they with Cleveland again, and they with the Lakers. Because now I understand that, but just say that.
Yeah, you just say that. Yeah, I ain't a Cavs fan, but I love LeBron. Yeah.
Right. So you know that's what it is. You know, but like you said, them the type of people, like, okay, my brother, for example, Big Vay, he's one of the people that they fed up with the Falcons. I'm tired of the Falcons. I'm done with them. So he started liking Detroit. It makes sense. We from Toledo. Detroit really is like
right around the corner.
Minutes. Right up 75.
Right up the street. Yeah.
But you know what's funny to me? Detroit probably not gonna make the playoffs this year. So like, so now what?
Right.
So are you gonna stay a Lions fan? Let's say they go back to being bad. I don't see them going back to being bad.
You're gonna wait back for baseball season so you can pull for the Toledo Mud Hens. I don't know.
I got a guy with some white walls.
I got a guy on the other line with some white walls, Charlie. I'll call you later.
Oh man, too funny. But
that's a classic, man. If you ain't seen Major League, you ain't no sports fan. I don't know why the hell you sitting here watching us if you ain't seen that, man. Check out a Major League, man. That's
my kind of team,
Charlie. Huh?
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah. My kind of team, Charlie. My kind of team. So, I do want to hear this. I want to hear, hey, man, shout out to Keith Dollar, man. You know, BPG's had one job and couldn't pull it off. I was ahead all day by 0.2.
Damn.
Until the damn game started.
You knew that was bad business.
Yeah, so you know it's him and Cartel. They're gonna be in the Super Bowl. So
I got mixed feelings about that. Cause Dollar got 6. I don't want him to get 7, but I want Cartel to get.
Yeah, bro. Dollar gets 7. He got to retire, man. Y'all got to put that in the rules. He gonna have to retire like Saban. He got 7. He got 7. He got the record. He got to retire.
Whoever inherits the team might get one.
No. Everybody starts over. Everybody get a clean slate. You can't. That's not fair. You can't inherit that team. The only way we can let it go is if Pablo get his team.
Yeah, because he'll trade them all away. Yeah,
bro. You talk about Major League. He'll break that team up quicker than that lady did, the owner on there.
Yeah.
Just so he can get the first pick.
Hey, if only the people knew, they would know, they would understand. Shout out Pablo.
Yeah. He probably working on, we can't even trade right now. He working on one. But
right.
But yeah, man. So shout out Keith, shout out to Atlanta Cartel, man, in our fantasy league going to the Super Bowl next week. Hope you both lose. Yeah, let me ask you this though. I want to hear about what you think about Tua getting benched.
Well, since we was talking fantasy, you know, Tua was one of my quarterbacks, and Brock Purdy my other one, but you know Purdy was hurt.
Yeah,
so I had to rely on Tua, and he played terrible this season, and I had enough with him. So him getting benched, I mean, the timing of it was like, okay, it's not like Miami had anything to play for at that point.
Right.
So I get it. But
Keep
it's
it
it's
fresh.
deeper than that because he probably won't. Speculation is he won't be on their roster next season. So
Right.
now it goes to what's going to happen to his career
Right.
because
Is he
he already got the health issue hovering over. Even though he got through the season, he didn't have no issues, but
right?
that's still hovering
The
over his
scare
head.
is always going to be there
Right. So I don't
because of
really
what you're
see.
saying.
I don't see another team picking him up to be their starter.
Right.
Maybe a backup.
And is he
But
humble enough to take that?
yeah, I don't know,
Because
man.
let's be honest, you're sitting on 175 that was guaranteed. So out of that contract, you got $175 million that was guaranteed. The dude is humble dude, good kid. He's not a good kid anymore, a good man. But I mean, even at Alabama, like when he came in and at the half and played against Georgia in national championship, won us the national championship, bro, he did some amazing things, but that was like pretty much his ceiling. As far as that was, that's his claim to fame. Like,
Yeah.
he could quit football right now and go live in the state of Alabama and not have to do a damn thing. And the carpet be laid out for him everywhere he goes.
He had that in that 70-point game with the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Against the Broncos. But like you said, and he had a couple of decent seasons with Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
But the concussions and then of course the narrative they can't play and I know it's more than the quarterback, but they can't play when it's cold. And then this season was a bad way to go though, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
but it happens though. It happens.
yeah, I
Bad
know.
seasons happen. You think the coach is
Yeah.
gonna be there next year?
No, I think they're gonna clean slate. I think they're gonna
So he
clean
gets
slate.
fired next week then.
I think so.
Because
I could be wrong.
it's doomsday on that Monday and Tuesday
Yeah.
after the last regular season game. So
And they were saying that McDaniels, they were speculating that he was gonna get fired during the season.
yeah.
They went on a little winning streak though, and it's like you could tell that the players seemed to be fighting for him. He seemed like a players coach.
The players coach, yeah.
Yeah. So I get it, but I just think that they probably gonna, especially they getting rid of the quarterback. Look like. So and I don't think Quentin Ewers that he was 7th round pick. I'm not saying that he can't be the man,
Right, but
I don't.
you
I
don't
don't
look
think
like you don't know. Your radar ain't jumping on and off to be like this dude's gonna be something special.
Yeah, unless he do something the next 2 weeks where they say, hey, maybe we should, But I'm sure they're gonna probably try to get another quarterback,
right?
With a new head coach.
Yeah. Well, we'll see where that comes from. See where the coach comes from. Like I say, that Monday and Tuesday after the regular season is doomsday. There's a lot of firings and a lot of news. Hey man, a couple of weeks before you know it, man, it's gonna be strictly basketball. So cherish these moments, cherish these last few games, these playoff games. You got 7 more college football games, so and enjoy the hell out of it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, if you ain't got nothing else, man, let's jump into it while we here, while we always here, while we're gonna continue to be here. Jump into a little wrestling.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. The masked man unmasked himself, and it was indeed. Say his name.
Austin Theory. Peace up. A-time down.
Right. So
you called it.
But I think what it seems like is everybody in the world called it.
Yeah.
Because the more and more I watched it, the more and more the that's what everybody's opinion was Austin Theory. So he's got his head shaved now. He doesn't have that, the I'm an asshole, but I'm cool haircut. You know what I mean? The brown, he had the brown Zach Morris instead of the blonde. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But definitely intrigued. It was weird how he unmasked himself in the crowd, you know, but I dug it. I mean, you know, anything to get some kind of action going and something new. Usos went over on the New Day. So as far as them moving towards tag team championship, they're moving forward. The vision is strong. They got Austin Theory now. I tell you what, let's take a quick pause real quick and go back. We didn't talk about Jake Paul. Let's talk about Jake Paul for a minute. And then we'll jump back into wrestling. Finally, somebody got in that ass. Finally. I think everybody was waiting on it. I think Buddy could have put him away a whole lot earlier.
Yeah.
I was nervous because it was giving me that Mike Tyson-esque fight when, you know, it was wide open and he didn't unload on him, you know. So I was getting worried that it was going to be one of them. But it was literally broke the man's jaw. I tell you this, not a Jake Paul fan. Logan Paul is rubbing off on me. No homo. And I was glad to see him go down. Glad to see him get humbled. You know, I want to see where it goes from here. Don't think that I don't respect the dude because even with 60-year-old Tyson, let me tell you something. 60-year-old Tyson, the way he fought Jake Paul, I might get in there for that money. If they tell us the winner gets the purse, there's no holding back. You motherfuckers finna fight and go at it and until somebody wins. I'm not stepping in there with no 60-year-old Tyson. Because I really believe he held back. I know he held back against Roy Jones Jr. The man was almost in tears after fighting Roy because he thought he hurt him. He's just not the same guy anymore.
He be medicated, man. He be high.
Hey, and God bless him. And as you should. Why not? You know what I'm saying? But I do think he still got that killer inside of him. You know, it just, you know, he got a hold on it and it ain't got to come out. But I believe it's there.
Okay, so I'm glad you mentioned the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, because of course there was rumors, and we don't know how true this is, but it was floating around that they had a contract where it was like the more rounds they went, the more money Mike got.
Yeah.
Right? And there are people like, oh, no, that ain't true, you know, but I always believe that, but we may never know the truth about that unless we hear Mike Tyson or something say that in a podcast or something.
Right.
But I saw something.
You got to be real high that day and start spilling the beans.
I saw something today, though, and I heard that some guy reported, I saw a clip on Facebook. Some guy said that, and I don't know how true this is, so don't quote me on this, but some guy said that Jake Paul wants to sue Anthony Joshua because it wasn't supposed to be no knockouts.
Wow. If that comes out, he's ruined. He's ruined.
Yeah, because then that's going to confirm the Mike Tyson thing.
Right. And it's also confirm you a little bitch.
Yeah.
Because this boxing, dog, it ain't glorified sparring.
I think Joshua, that right, especially that right, like the one that broke his jaw, I think he did that for everybody. I felt like that punch wasn't just for Joshua.
Yeah.
I think that punch was for everybody, every boxing fan,
everybody he's fought
to see that man get his block knocked off.
Right.
He did it for us.
Yeah, he sure did. And he waited. He damn sure waited, but he gave it to that sucker.
He
And I
called him
mean,
nasty too,
bro.
He called him nasty.
Hey, man, shout out to that referee though. When he pulled them together and said the fans didn't pay to see this crap. That was big. That was huge.
Yeah.
They was on even the commentator. They was on Jake Paul ass.
I won't be surprised that referee don't get his check. They ain't gonna pay nobody.
Right. I want it all. That referee gonna be like, you boy, I'll tell the whole world. You better give me my money. Oh man. So yeah, man. So let's jump back into wrestling. Talk about division. So everybody knows it's not Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is still hurt.
Right.
Seth Rollins isn't going anywhere. Is not coming back soon. You know, we don't know the extent of it, but it's not. That wasn't him.
Right.
And you knew that wasn't him because of the way the guy. I told you the guy had to be under 30.
And the way he was climbing the ring.
Oh, that motherfucker looked like Spider-Man out there as soon as he got bit. Superpower, you know? The freak show. You know what I'm saying?
He was in there with Bonesaw.
Bonesaw ready. Hey. Hey man, shout out to Macho Man. R.I.P. Macho Man. Randy Savage.
But great.
Man, great. We could do a whole episode. We need to do a whole episode on Mach and just do the impressions the whole time.
Cream of the crop.
Right. We might go viral. I was watching the let's just do it. Just treat it like any other show and go way off to the right. I was watching I was watching YouTube today, and then the National Treasure, you know how it plays, you know, keep playing different stuff. And the treasure hunting, whatever it is, the National Treasure thing, they were looking for Macho Man stuff. And they had the mega, they got the Mega Powers robe.
Oh wow.
They had the Macho King outfit. They didn't have
the crown. Where's
they
the
had
Macho King crown.
Okay, so check this. They had the crown. Dude was like, he paid an obscene amount of money for it. This, and this. And he was like, he wasn't going to sell the stuff, but he had the outfit and the crown.
Damn.
And so he loaned it to him to put on display at WrestleMania and all that stuff that they do. You know, the big pay-per-views where they have the fan access and all that stuff. So when Cactus Jack gets back with all that stuff and they find out it's not the actual crown.
Wow.
Yeah, so they never showed it getting sent back to Buddy and him, like, you know, but he was like, man, he was saying, you know, it takes years to put this stuff together and get this stuff, and it's so expensive. You know, and it's ring worn stuff. That's what makes it so expensive. So I can only imagine how he felt by having that crown, thinking, you know, he was like, collectors believe this is the holy grail. You know what I mean? And they can say, and the guy was just pointing out all the stuff that was different on it. And even the guy wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt and said maybe it was like a house show crown that he wore shows. He said, I don't feel confident enough that he ever wore this to put it out in front of the fans and say, hey, this is the crown, which nobody would know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but that's how serious that guy takes the archives and all that stuff, how serious he takes it. So the cool thing was they found 20 boxes of ICW tapes.
Oh, wow.
Of the promotion that Lanny had. Not Lanny, but the Angelo. Yeah, my boy. Yeah, Angelo, the dad. So they had Lanny there with them, looking over it and stuff and looking at it. It was crazy. It never been seen before, never been seen on TV. And Macho Man was doing all that crazy stuff then.
Yeah.
You know, and he was talking about his brother. They asked Lanny was like, well, you know, do you want to put on the robe? He was like, I'm not worthy, but I'd love to. He just kept saying that because it's like, I mean, a lot of times when your brother is the star, there's a jealousy there. There's no jealousy there. He treats Randy Savage like his brother, like that's his hero.
Yeah.
Because he even said, he was like, the world will always remember my name because of my brother. Yeah. And that's the only reason. And I love him for it, you know, and he's just getting teary-eyed and stuff. So they also found the big cowboy hat that was on top of the monster truck that he had in WCW.
I seen that episode. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But it was really good, man.
Yeah.
Really. That was one of the better ones.
Yeah.
You know?
I really remember because I remember the cowboy hat that was
Yeah. So that was real cool. And we just went all the way left, man. But shout out to Macho Man. But yeah, man. So Austin Theory unmasked. He's the masked man. He's with the Vision. We're gonna see if Jake Paul stays in there and see how all that works out. What happens when Seth comes back? What happens at the Royal Rumble? It's all around the corner. We are officially in holiday season, and then we'll be in WrestleMania season. And like that, it's right back. Right back. Because there's no all time. There's no all time in wrestling.
No.
So thank God. Could you imagine seeing Monday Night Raw in the playoffs and then know you're not going to see wrestling for like another 6 to 7 months?
That would be awful.
It'd be the worst. It's the worst. It'd be the worst.
Yeah, that would be awful.
All right, so let's talk Cena a little bit, and then we'll talk a few more things and then get it wrapped up. So Cena did the Cody Rhodes podcast.
Right.
Explain the look. Explain it was like his last breath, like when people are suffering and they get to tell everybody goodbye before they die, and they take that last breath. And that's what he compared it.
It was like Obi-Wan Kenobi in the original Star Wars.
Yeah, right before he got cut in half when he looked over there. Yeah. I'll give you that. Yeah. You know, I get it. You know, it's everything you do, you have in your mind how it want to work out, and it might be cool to you.
Yeah,
but it might be cool to the other person.
It might not come off that way for everybody else.
Right, and it certainly didn't.
Yeah,
because I thought it was the most dickest move he's ever done. And you know, like I said, he's trying to do this, trying to do that, and now we know. So I thought it was the first interview Cody's done in the Nightmare Factory, which was real cool. I think he said they're gonna do some more like that. But I thought that was real. That was, you know, extra cool how they did that. I look forward to seeing Cena when he comes back in his suit and stuff, and you know. But I did want to say this, and we didn't get to really talk about it last week after Saturday night's main event. The amount of money they're about to lose just by losing Cena is going to be ridiculous.
Come as far as the merch and everything.
Merch, the shows like in Saudi Arabia and stuff like that, where he's a huge draw. He's a huge draw anywhere, going to get people there, but and I don't even compare it to like losing Nate's, because when Nate's retired, yeah, he went to TNA and did all that other stuff, but as far as in-ring competition, and he was a shell of who he once was.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody been waiting for him. He was just a freak of nature boy, and never got hurt and could just keep going.
Right.
You know, so you know, I do believe that's different. I'm still appalled about people are still upset that he didn't lose. Still upset that Triple H hadn't been disciplined by, I guess, Triple H. I guess supposed to discipline himself.
I mean, I'm hearing them talk about all different platforms. Even I heard them guys on Pat McAfee was talking about it, and trying to think of not Tone Diggs, not I can't believe I can't think of them dudes' names. It's the little one, the one that likes Green Bay Packers. Not Connor, the other one, the one that does the Lou Holtz and did the Hulk Hogan interpretations. Anyway, he was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe they Cena lost. They WWE Cena should go out at winning and all this other stuff." And I remember I heard you talk about how a lot of people was talking about how we know that's tradition, but they need to break the tradition and all that. But
right, why?
Why? It's like, okay, how's that going to be? They still the story. Why? What benefit? They had this tournament, the Time Is Now tournament. How were that going to be? What if it was Gunther, LA Knight, Jey Uso? Who the fuck ever won that tournament? How losing to Cena in his last match would help them going forward?
It doesn't. If you are retiring, you can't physically do it on a every week basis anymore. You can't do a full schedule. You don't want a part-time doing it. I can't physically do this like I used to anymore. But yet I can still beat Gunther.
Of all people, right?
So you're totally killing whoever he's wrestling against. So then it should have been him and Sheamus or him and fucking, who at Marty Jannetty. I don't know who you want him to come in there and beat. You know what I'm saying? But my God, that makes absolutely no sense. Why on God's green earth would I let you sit there and say, I'm the next year is my last year. I physically, I don't want to get my body hurt as much more as it is. I want to be able to do this, and this, and I physically can't do this like I used to. But I'm gonna beat everybody. So you mean to tell me Gunther can be beat by half of John Cena, half of who he used to be in his prime? Then you killing Gunther. Then he has no say-so. He has nothing. Or whoever. If it would have been against The Miz, it would have been the same thing. So maybe you need to retire because you can't beat this person. You can't beat somebody that's about to quit. Ric Flair leaving, going back to WCW. Lost to somebody that ain't wrestled in over a year. That was doing commentary and managing, Mr. Perfect.
Which Ole gave him hell about that.
Right.
Back. Yeah.
Of course he did. But it's called doing business. And nobody in the NWA, WCW territory cared about him losing to Mr. Perfect. All they cared about, he was back. That's all anybody cared about. They got to throw them 4 fingers up. That's all anybody cared about. Ole was the only one worried about it. It's called doing business. You've killed kayfabe. There's only a few things in this business that's left as far as tradition wise. They show everything behind the scenes. Some stuff you just cannot change, and that should be one of them. If you're leaving to go to another company, if you're retiring, if you're about to quit, if you're about to get fired, you're going to lose. And do it with a smile on your face. Because thousands and thousands and thousands of guys just like you did it way before you did.
Hence why we felt the way we did about Bret Hart and that screw job shit. Tone Diggs is that dude, not Tone Diggs, but Ty Smith is that guy name. I couldn't think of his name, so apologize, Ty Smith, Pat McAfee show. But that I just thought
they're listening too. They're watching, so
yeah, they better. Yeah.
They subscribe.
Yeah. But you're right though. And like you said, that's doing business. And I know we don't work, so some people might feel some kind of way for us to have strong opinions about it. However, this ain't us. Like, this is not an opinion. This is
Right.
what happens.
Right.
You know what I
And
mean?
it's a tradition.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, come on, man. Get with the program. And the Bret Hart shit is totally different because if anybody would have did that at Stampede Wrestling, they would have tried to stab him in the locker room.
Yeah.
It went crazy.
Yeah. Like you
But
said,
since
Stu
it's
would have
you, it's
did something.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay if I do it. Can't nobody else do it, though. That's just like you beating up your little brother, but can't nobody else do it. That still don't make it right. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's bad. It's just the crap that we put up with in sports. Everybody wants it their way. They're entitled, and nobody wants to work for anything. Nobody wants to believe in tradition no more.
Yeah, them fans, man. I expected, you know, I expected people. I thought it was gonna be more split. Not saying that split far as we know that Gunther's a heel. He's a super heel. But to your point, when they did the celebration afterwards, and the way they booed Triple H was like,
For what? You've been getting the best of the product for the last couple of years. Why are you booing? You got the John Cena heel turn that everybody wanted to see, that nobody ever thought they would see. He got the belt. He got the IC title.
he got the never seen 17. Then he became a Grand Slam champion.
And you got an extra show that he wasn't even going to do. And you're going to boo this man who's giving you everything you want? Dude, I don't mind the opinion of maybe they should do this, maybe they should do that. Fantasy booking, stuff like that. You can do it better, whatever. But
I mean, even you said that the extra show, and I think you're referring to the Dom match or the second one.
Right.
But even the AJ match wasn't really in the cards.
Right.
They gave that to the fans.
And and put on a clinic.
Right.
I thought it was awesome how he talked about that was one of the first times he's ever did anything without asking permission. And that was the intro. Nobody had seen it until he gave it to the ring announcer. I don't know her last name, Alicia something. Which was one of the coolest things that's been done.
Tyler.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, man, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. Even this, I watched this one girl, and she's got a lot of cool opinions on wrestling and stuff. And I was respecting that until, why didn't they just let him pass out? He never gives up. Why not pass out? It did wonders for Stone Cold. It's not the same thing. Cena's not going to be there. He's not going to be there Monday. Why does he need to prove anything? If anything, he got to say his goodbye. He got to wrestle his last match, but Gunther has to have ammo to carry on that story and to go into what he's doing next. So him not giving up, that doesn't do anything for Gunther either.
Right.
You know, so you got to build the people up that are going to be there and carry this company along, because Cena's gone. Yeah, he'll be an ambassador, but he's fixing to be busy.
Right.
Just think about all the stuff that he hasn't been doing since doing his last run.
Right.
But now he's going to be wide open. So I just think it's just dumb. Stone Cold, they were building up Stone Cold.
Right.
Cena's on the way out the door.
Right.
Let him tap. So anyway, enough of that. Hopefully we won't have to talk about that crap no more. Cena's gone. God bless him. He's going to make a ton of money, making a ton of movies. You'll see him every blue moon, but you'll never see him wrestle again. So enjoy what you saw. And then you got Peacock. Go look at all of it.
Hey,
if you're that mad.
I'm glad you mentioned that, the Peacock. I'm glad you mentioned that, because my understanding is that a lot of that content is going to be gone after the New Year's.
Gone where?
They haven't said yet.
See, man.
That's speculation. There's rumors that they just gonna have to watch that stuff on YouTube, but I don't. They haven't announced anything. But the whole Peacock thing was a contract anyway, and their
Yeah.
contract ends at the end of this year. But I saw another YouTuber. I don't know this dude name, and I be sending you a lot of videos of kind of heavy set guy with a beard.
Yeah.
Kind of like Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said I saw him he did something today and he was talking about he was watching SummerSlam '02 and he said that under it said 8 days left.
Wow.
And
Wow.
so I don't know what they doing, man. You know what I mean? Because they are, and I know we had an episode talking about all this, about the ESPN and how they pricing everybody out, and but I mean, I don't know what's going on, bro. I
Well,
don't know
I
what's
do
going
know
on.
they do a lot of they're doing a lot with YouTube as far
They
as
are.
So I don't know how they'll be able to put all that content on there, but they got the libraries for a reason.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps a lot of the old school fans in. I love just pulling up old stuff, but a lot of that stuff is already on YouTube.
Yeah,
I watched WrestleMania 5 the other day on YouTube.
Okay.
No interruptions, no nothing. And then they'll have the playlist. They'll be doing a live marathon with NWO or something like that.
I've been seeing a lot of that, and also
the AAA stuff is on YouTube. So it's a platform that you're using. Hopefully, listen, man, I ain't trying to spend too much more money on streaming just to see wrestling.
Nah, I'll tell you what, if this Peacock thing over, bye Peacock.
Oh yeah, for what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they went up. They just went up a few months ago, a few dollars. So I can get them $15, whatever it called. I can get them back. So
right. Yeah.
I think that, I mean, there's shows on there, Bel Air and all that other stuff, but that's not priority. The only reason why I had Peacock was because of the network.
Because that is priority.
That was priority, right? And of course that was the PLEs and all that, but then of course we went to ESPN and all this other stuff, and we talked about it. But if the library is leaving, Peacock gonna lose our subscribers, bro.
Yeah. You're right about that. Well, hell, only one way to find out. We'll see. Hey man, real quick. We'll get into it next week. Right, this episode right here is a Christmas episode. It's Christmas week, man. Merry Christmas to all the subscribers, all the listeners. Merry Christmas to everybody. Keep liking, keep commenting, keep subscribing, please. We got one more episode, and that'll be our New Year's episode. And then after that, on January the 5th, we come out every Monday. On January the 5th will be our 1 year anniversary episode. Our first episode last year was on January the 5th. So just funny how it works out that way. And we'll be doing an episode about just talking about the year and how much what we've been doing with this stuff, and the good and the bad and the ups and downs, and just giving a little yearly recap, and also celebrating that we've done this thing for a full year. We haven't missed a week. And hey man, shout out to us. Them wrestling boys. And we're gonna keep going. And I will say this.
What if we get 30 views, 130 views, 3 views?
Right.
We're still coming.
Right. It's just like whether we're gonna be in Battle Creek, Michigan, or we're gonna be in New York. at Madison Square Garden. We're going to give you everything we got regardless.
Right.
Regardless. So Merry Christmas to everybody, man. Merry Christmas. Like I said, we'll be doing a New Year's episode next week. And then we'll also be, and then we'll have our 1 anniversary. And then after that, hey man, it'll be right time to talk about the Rumble. We'll get into some Jericho stuff and rumors and all that stuff and do a couple of topics. And 2026, man, it's gonna be a big year for Welcome to Wrestling. And we look forward to got some guests lined up. Got a lot of stuff gonna be happening, and it's gonna be real exciting. And we got some stuff in the making we're not gonna talk about right now because we don't want to jinx it. But some stuff's happening for us, and we want you guys to take a ride with us and enjoy this time with us. So, again, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you guys next week for the new year. And again, and like always, is Welcome to Wrestling.
Welcome to Wrestling.
Welcome to Wrestling, Chetty Bobby. Welcome to Wrestling with Big E and the POT. Podcast tag champs of the whole world. Slamming like a DDT. Got it like just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash. Straight to the face. I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like a dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling's where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrestling's where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me.